Hey, Cobra Kai fans! Today we're diving into the full story of Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 3, from start to finish. This is the ultimate breakdown of everything that's about to go down in the final chapter of the Cobra Kai saga. But before we begin, warning, major spoilers ahead. If you're not afraid of spoilers, then stick around because we're about to uncover all the intense fights, shocking betrayals, and epic moments that will bring this legendary story to its conclusion. You don't want to miss this. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your fellow Cobra Kai fans, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update on the world of Cobra Kai. All right, enough talk, let's get started. Part 3 begins with Kwan's funeral in South Korea. Present at the ceremony are Sensei Kim, Dune, and John Kreese, who reveals that Kwan had no family. Because of this, he is given a Viking-style funeral, with his coffin burned in front of everyone as a symbolic gesture. Master Kim's son Young is also present, and he is not happy about what happened to his students in the Sekai Taikai World Tournament. John Kreese is deeply affected by Kwan's death and blames himself for what happened. Overwhelmed with guilt, he has no desire to compete in the tournament again. Meanwhile, in the valley, Robbie is discussing his academic future with both sides of his family supporting him. Johnny and Carmen are there to guide him, while Shannon makes her official return after a long absence. This time with her new boyfriend, who appears to be a genuinely good person. Unlike her past partners, karate has always been important to Robbie, and the Sekai Taikai was his only chance to move forward in life. However, since he didn't complete his final participation, the school informs him that they have no way to help him. Most of their students never go on to become professionals, especially in something as unconventional as karate, which doesn't offer many opportunities in California colleges. This heartbreaking revelation leaves Robbie devastated. However, the school counselor, Ms. Black, offers him an alternative. Not college, but preparatory courses that could help him secure a stable job in the future. She hands him some pamphlets, one of which features an image of a man working in house construction. It's not Johnny, but it's clearly a subtle reference to Johnny's past from season 1. Disgusted by the idea of that future for himself, Robbie struggles with the reality of his situation. Meanwhile, at LaRusso Auto, Daniel appears to be fine, but deep down he is battling severe depression. His employees have noticed that ever since his return from Barcelona, he has been selling cars nonstop, acting as if nothing happened. Ironically, this has made him an even better salesman. And despite the Sekai Taikai disaster, LaRusso Auto's public image remains unaffected. However, Daniel has stopped giving bonsai trees to customers, a subtle sign that he is trying to move forward from his past. His employees sense that something is off. In a humorous reference, Daniel tells them they need to work harder, just like when they were rookies. Anush jokingly reminds him that when they were rookies, they had to put up promotional ads to fix their image, calling back to season 1 when Johnny climbed a billboard and vandalized Daniel's face with obscene drawings. Later, Terry Silver suddenly appears before Sekai Taikai announcer Mr. Gunther, trying to convince him to bring the tournament back. Terry argues that it wouldn't be right for the last memory of the event to be something as tragic as a participant's death. In that moment, Terry also reveals an interesting fact. Gunther was once a champion himself, though it's unclear whether he won the Sekai Taikai or another major tournament. What is confirmed, however, is that he was a highly respected figure in martial arts. In the end, Terry successfully persuades Gunther to bring the Sekai Taikai back to the valley, but under one condition. He must convince the other senseis to agree. Sensei Kim immediately accepts, stating that they need revenge. Master Kim's son Young turns to Kreese and says, "We will return to the tournament and avenge our student. They took one of ours, so we will take one of theirs." Meanwhile, Amanda speaks to Daniel because she knows how much Kwan's death has affected him. But that's not the only thing haunting him. Their trip to Barcelona was anything but memorable, as Daniel made a shocking discovery. Mr. Miyagi had once killed an opponent in a tournament. For Daniel, this revelation was earth-shattering. The man who taught him to defend himself from bullies, the mentor who always avoided unnecessary violence, had once taken a life in combat. Struggling to process this truth, Daniel convinces himself that he will never do karate again. Amanda, deeply concerned for her husband, tries to help him through his internal battle. The next day, Johnny and Daniel discover that the Sekai Taikai tournament is set to continue, but this time in the All Valley. Most of the senseis from the dojos that participated in the Sekai Taikai World Tournament agree to continue, even Cobra Kai. However, Daniel strongly opposes this decision. He refuses to participate, believing that continuing the tournament will only bring more chaos. Johnny, on the other hand, sees an opportunity. If they win, all of his problems, Robbie's, Miguel's, everything will be solved. But with Daniel refusing, he feels stuck, with no other option but to let it go. Meanwhile, Terry Silver is already preparing his Iron Dragons to dominate the tournament. His PR team is aggressively promoting it, making it an even bigger and more global event than before. At the same time, Gunther meets with the All Valley Committee to discuss hosting the Sekai Taikai tournament in the Valley. Many committee members agree, seeing the tournament's benefits, but one of them objects, warning everyone about how dangerous this competition is. Do you really want to continue this after what happened in Barcelona? A kid lost his life in the Sekai Taikai. Despite this warning, Gunther remains firm in his decision, determined to make things right this time. The committee votes, raising their hands, and the majority approves. The Sekai Taikai tournament is officially back in the All Valley. As Gunther leaves the room, the man who opposed him mutters something insulting. Gunther doesn't take it lightly. Without hesitation, he delivers a swift kick to his face before walking out. Meanwhile, we see Axel, mentally disturbed and haunted by Kwan's death. He was the last one to fight Kwan before the tragic incident, and the guilt is eating him alive. No matter how hard he tries, he can't erase that moment from his mind. At the Iron Dragon's dojo, Sensei Wolf gathers his students, announcing that they will dominate the tournament now that it's officially back in the All Valley. Terry Silver stands beside him, watching closely. To test their fighters, Silver and Wolf set up a match between Axel and another student. Axel dominates the fight, but just when he's about to finish his opponent, he hesitates. He shows mercy. Silver's face darkens with disappointment. If Axel shows mercy, how will he ever beat fighters like Robbie? He knows Robbie Keane is stronger than ever, and this time, he won't be an easy opponent. Frustrated, Silver turns to Wolf. What the hell is he doing? Wolf storms toward Axel, furious. You idiot. Mercy? That's not what I taught you. Your opponents should fear you, and if they don't, make them. But Silver isn't done. He grabs 2 wooden sticks and tosses one to Axel. Let's see what you're really made of. Silver attacks Axel relentlessly, pushing him to his breaking point. He taunts him, triggers his anger, and succeeds. At that moment, we see the truth. Axel is not a bad guy, but under pressure from his senses, he can be pushed into darkness. Meanwhile, in the Valley, Daniel and Amanda organize a celebration for the 18th anniversary of LaRusso Auto. The atmosphere is warm, filled with laughter and music, but deep inside, Daniel is still troubled. At the party, we see Samantha. Just like her father, she is still haunted by the events of the last Sekai Tai tournament. She has no desire to compete again. The next day, the entire valley wakes up to massive billboards of Iron Dragons and Sekai Tai plastered everywhere. Terry Silver is pulling the same tricks he did in Season 5, but this time on an even bigger scale. Johnny sees the billboards and immediately rushes to Daniel. We can't let Terry Silver win again, Johnny argues. Last time, he took over the valley. This time, if he wins, he'll take over the whole world. As word spreads, the people of the valley rally behind LaRusso Auto. They take to the streets holding signs that read, "You are Miyagi-Do, not Miyagi-Don." The valley needs Daniel and Johnny to fight back. Daniel goes to the Miyagi-Do dojo searching for answers. He stands in the quiet space reflecting, and then something clicks. He realizes he can't walk away. He won't let Terry Silver's plan succeed. Determined, he goes back to Johnny and says the words Johnny has been waiting to hear. We're in. Johnny grins. He immediately gathers Robbie and Miguel, sharing the news. All right, guys, it's time to step up. We're in this together. But there's a problem. Robbie is scared. Last time he fought Axel, he couldn't even score a single point against him. But this time, he won't back down. Meanwhile, Samantha still refuses to compete. The tournament is back, but what are we even fighting for? She asks Daniel. We're fighting for what's right. If we let Terry Silver and the Iron Dragons win, it won't just be bad for the Valley, it'll be bad for kids all over the world. Samantha listens, thinking deeply. She knows her father is right. She takes a deep breath and agrees to fight. Elsewhere in the valley, Tori walks through the streets when she hears that the Sakai Tai tournament is back. A fire ignites inside her. This is her chance. She made it to the semifinals last time, but more importantly, she has to take care of her little brother. This tournament isn't just about fighting. Her future depends on it. She has no choice. She has to win. On the other hand, Robbie is being trained by Johnny and Daniel to compete against Axel. His senseis are confident that he will beat Axel this time, but Robbie looks worried. Miguel notices this and approaches him. What are you doing? You're going to beat Axel. Don't worry, we all know it. I know you have the potential to defeat him. But Robbie shakes his head. I can't. Last time, I did everything I could, but what happened? Axel didn't let me score a single point. He's incredibly strong, and his defense is even better. I just can't beat him. Miguel, determined to lift his friend's spirits, says, That's not true. Look at me. I had never lost a single karate fight. Every tournament I entered, I won every match. But it was you who defeated me. If you fight with complete focus, maintain your balance, and believe in yourself, you can do it. Robbie takes a deep breath. Miguel's words sink in, and for the first time in a while, he feels a renewed sense of confidence. He starts training harder, pushing himself beyond his limits. Then we see an intense training montage of our heroes preparing for battle. Johnny sharpens Robbie's skills while Daniel trains Samantha. Meanwhile, Chosen is back, standing beside his friends, ready to help them in any way he can. On the other side, Tori trains alone. She pushes herself to the brink, running through an isolated area, determined to become stronger. She knows she has to defeat both Samantha and Zara to claim victory. Everyone knows that Zara Malik has already advanced to the finals after defeating Maria in the Sakai Tai tournament. But before the much-anticipated semifinal match between Sam and Tori, a brawl broke out, forcing the tournament to pause. Now the stage is set. This time, Tori and Sam will finally face each other in the semifinals. The day has finally arrived. The All-Valley Sakai Tai tournament is about to begin. All the dojos are present, ready to compete for the ultimate title. Miyagi-Do, Cobra Kai, and Iron Dragons will face off against each other to determine who will become the Sakai Tai champion. The first match is set, Axel from Iron Dragons versus Robbie Keane from Miyagi-Do. The match resumes from where it was last paused, with the score standing at 5-2, Axel in the lead. As Robbie looks at Axel, memories of their last fight flood his mind. He remembers Axel's sheer dominance, and for a brief moment, nervousness sets in. I can't let this happen again. I have to stay focused and give it everything I've got. Robbie, listen to me. Think. Things have never been easy for you. You've been knocked down more times than anyone I've ever known, yet you always get back up. This is the first time in a long while that we see Daniel and Robbie together in a scene, just like in seasons 1 and 2. Remember how you stood up to Kreese and Terry Silver even when the odds were stacked against you? Despite facing challenges alone, you never backed down. You turned your rival into your best friend, mended your relationship with your father, and proved yourself to be the most adaptable fighter. Can you do it again? Robbie takes a deep breath. He's ready. This time, he won't back down. The fight resumes, and Robbie quickly scores a point, bringing the score to 5-1. With newfound confidence, he lands another clean shot, scoring 2 more points with a powerful kick, 5-3. Sensing a shift in momentum, Sensei Wolf tells Axel, Stop defending, go all in, attack. Axel switches to an aggressive mode and scores 4 consecutive points, bringing the score to 9-3. The fight continues, and Robbie, finding his rhythm again, fights back hard. The scoreboard now reads 11-6. Robbie is in top form, dominating the match. Seeing this, Terry Silver and Sensei Wolf call Axel over. They give him a chilling command. If Robbie tries another kick, use the same move you used against Quan last time. Axel is shocked to hear this. He hesitates, but he doesn't have the courage to defy his senseis. As the fight resumes, Robbie goes for a brutal kick, but Axel executes the counter exactly as instructed. Robbie collapses onto the mat, clutching his knee in agony. A sharp cry of pain fills the arena. Johnny and Daniel rush to Robbie's side, worried about his condition. Miguel tries to check on Robbie too, but Chozen stops him, knowing that Miguel, filled with rage over what just happened to his brother, might lose control. The Miyagi-Do team rushes Robbie to the medical area, where it's confirmed the injury is serious. Robbie is taken to the hospital. Moments later, Gunther makes the official announcement. Robbie Keane is unable to continue in the tournament. He is officially eliminated from the CI tie. Axel advances to the finals, where he will face a Cobra Kai student. As the boys' division semifinals conclude, it's time for the girls' semifinals. Tori Nichols steps onto the mat, ready for her fight. But something unusual happens. No one from Miyagi-Do shows up. The referees start the countdown, but Samantha LaRusso does not appear. With no opponent, Tori automatically advances to the finals. We soon learn the reason for Sam's absence. Daniel made the decision to pull her from the tournament. He explains that even if Sam wins the girls' division, Miyagi-Do will still not have enough points to surpass Iron Dragons. There's no reason to fight, he tells her. Sam understands and steps down. With that, the girls' division final is set. Tori Nichols versus Zara Malik. However, in the boys' division, the Cobra Kai finalist has yet to be determined. The first day of the Sakai Tai tournament comes to an end. Robbie finds himself in the hospital after suffering a severe leg injury at the Sakai Tai. The doctor delivers devastating news. He can't fight anymore. Frustrated, he listens as Daniel tells him there's nothing they can do, that they've lost. A day later, Robbie is slowly adjusting to using crutches. Miguel stays by his side, helping him as much as he can. Robbie manages a small smile and says, "So this is how it felt." A bittersweet moment between the two as Miguel remembers his own injury. Meanwhile, Sam is deep in thought, haunted by what happened in Barcelona. But more than that, she can't get Axel out of her mind. Deep down, she knows he isn't a bad person. He's just surrounded by the wrong people. Determined, she sets out to find Axel and talk to him. But things don't go as planned. At the same time, Miguel continues supporting Robbie, making it his main focus throughout episode 13. Daniel, rather than dwelling on their loss, actually feels relieved. He believes the fight is over, that no more people will get hurt. Seeking guidance, he visits the Miyagi-Do dojo, reflecting on everything that has led them here. Back in America, Kreese stands before the old Cobra Kai dojo, gazing at the towering Iron Dragon billboards. He knows that the only people who can stop Terry Silver now are Johnny and Daniel. So he makes his move, approaching Johnny with an unexpected proposal. But Johnny isn't interested. He doesn't trust Kreese, nor does he want to be dragged into another fight. Kreese, however, has a plan. He tells Johnny that if Cobra Kai officially enters Sakai Tai, he can take over as sensei, with Miguel as his male captain and Tori as the female captain. If they want any chance at defeating the Iron Dragons, this is their best shot. At first, Johnny is hesitant. Why bother? It's already over. Still unsure, Johnny turns to Bobby for advice. Bobby reminds him that doing what's right isn't always easy, but if this is what it takes to bring down Terry Silver once and for all, then maybe it's worth it. Johnny takes the night to think. The next day, he meets Miguel outside the mini-mall. "Johnny, I've been thinking about it. What do you think?" Miguel nods. "Let's do it." And just like that, Cobra Kai is officially back. Johnny returns to his Cobra Kai dojo and begins training Miguel with renewed focus. But before going all in, he decides to inform Daniel. In a voicemail, he says, "Look, I know you won't agree with this, and I don't expect you to help me." Daniel listens to the message, thinking it over. Eventually, he makes a surprising decision. He heads to the Cobra Kai dojo and tells Johnny, "All right, I'm in." Johnny and Miguel exchange stunned looks before realizing, this is it. They're finally united to take down Silver. On the other hand, Tori feels completely alone until Kreese approaches her. He reveals that Johnny and Miguel are now working together to help her. Shocked yet relieved, Tori realizes she doesn't have to do this alone. She turns to Sam, asking for her help to train for the fight against Zara Malik. Surprisingly, Sam agrees. Johnny, Chozen, and Daniel arrive at the Sakai Tai tournament with their Cobra Kai students. Leading their team are Miguel and Tori, the captains, determined to bring home victory. The first final match sees Tori Nichols facing off against Zara Malik. Both fighters push themselves to their absolute limits, delivering blow after blow in an intense battle. Every strike, every counter, and every block is executed with precision as they refuse to back down. But in the end, Tori emerges victorious, fair and square. She finally achieves what she's always wanted: a clean, undisputed win on the world stage. Cobra Kai still needs 22 points to defeat the Iron Dragons. That means Miguel must not only score 22 points, but also prevent his opponent, Axel, from scoring. If Axel manages to score, Miguel will need to adjust. If Axel scores 2 points, Miguel will need 4. The pressure is immense. The match begins, and both fighters go all out. Axel is unbelievably strong, fighting with raw aggression and precision. He taps into his fury, delivering devastating moves, and soon takes the lead with a score of 7-3. Miguel is nearly knocked out, forcing a temporary pause in the match. Breathing heavily, shaken by the overwhelming power of his opponent, Miguel turns to Johnny and Daniel for guidance. As he approaches, they immediately sense his doubt. "I can't even touch him. He's too strong, almost like he's made of vibranium or something. It's basically the strongest metal on Earth. He's basically the Terminator." Johnny, unimpressed, smirks. "I already knew that. Fear doesn't exist in Cobra Kai. Show him who you are. Remember everything you've trained for. Show him you're the best." Daniel and Johnny exchange glances before looking toward the Iron Dragons. Then, in a moment that surprises everyone, Daniel steps forward and simply says, "No mercy." Miguel's eyes widen at Daniel's words, but something clicks. He bows to his senseis, takes a deep breath, and steps back onto the mat with renewed determination. As the match resumes, Miguel channels every lesson he's ever learned. He taps into his speed, his strategy, and his heart. Axel might be strong, but I have something more: technique, resilience, and the will to win. With precise counters and explosive attacks, he begins overwhelming Axel. The crowd roars as Miguel turns the tide, delivering a devastating final blow, knocking Axel out completely. The arena erupts in cheers as Miguel stands victorious. The team celebrates, but their joy is short-lived when the final scores are revealed. Cobra Kai and the Iron Dragons are tied. Because Miguel scored 28 points against Axel, the Sakai Tai Committee steps forward. Due to the tie, there will be a tiebreaker match. However, this time, no students will fight. Each dojo must send one sensei to determine the final winner. Terry Silver, determined to reclaim his dominance, selects Sensei Wolf to fight for the Iron Dragons. Meanwhile, Daniel and Chosen exchange a knowing look before turning to Johnny. "Johnny, it has to be you. Let's finish this." Johnny nods, stepping forward with his signature confident smirk. The match begins, and the two warriors clash with everything they have. Wolf is ruthless, precise, and aggressive, while Johnny fights with raw instinct and skill. The score reaches 2-2, and the match is on a knife's edge. From the audience, Kreese watches intently, his expression unreadable. With one final surge, Johnny delivers a crushing strike, knocking Wolf off balance and securing the last point. Winner, Johnny Lawrence. Cobra Kai wins the Sakai Tai tournament. The arena erupts in cheers as Johnny stands victorious. Cobra Kai has finally conquered the world stage. Terry Silver's plan has failed once again. Victory belongs to Johnny, Daniel, Chosen, Miguel, Tori, and the entire team. Cobra Kai stands at the top. Following the Iron Dragon's crushing defeat at the Sakai Tai, Terry Silver storms out of the arena, his mind racing in a paranoid and warped perspective. His breathing is heavy, his steps hurried. He's uncertain of his next move. His empire has crumbled and desperation takes hold. Silver pulls out his phone as he dials. Subtitles reveal a voice on the other end. "Are you sure, boss?" A chilling silence follows before Silver's plan is revealed. He intends to destroy the All Valley Arena with explosives, wiping out his enemies once and for all. Just as Cobra Kai celebrates their victory, a deafening explosion erupts. Flames and debris engulf the arena as people scramble to escape. Panic fills the air. In the midst of the chaos, Kreese follows Silver, the two locked in their final confrontation. Their fight is brutal and intense, emotions boiling over as they trade blows. At one point, Kreese has a chance to escape, but he chooses to stay, refusing to let Silver get away with his crimes. Once, Kreese saved Silver. Now he is the one to end him. In their final moments, both men fall to their fate, consumed by the destruction they helped create. As the dust settles, everyone gathers in the parking lot, shaken but alive. Our heroes have survived. A few days later, a Stanford official approaches Miguel. Congratulations, kid. You're in. Miguel is stunned. His dream of going to Stanford has come true. The official then turns to Robbie, acknowledging his incredible performance and hinting at a potential opportunity for him as well. Robbie eventually chooses to go to college, but the specific institution remains undisclosed. Regardless, both Miguel and Robbie have secured their futures, proving themselves as world champions. As the sun sets, the main characters share a heartfelt group hug, knowing that this chapter of their lives is finally complete. The second to last scene features Johnny and Daniel driving back to Johnny's apartment in Miyagi's car. It's a quiet, reflective moment, one that symbolizes how far they've come, from rivals to brothers in arms. Then in the final scene, we see Johnny, Miguel, Robbie, Carmen, Shannon, Amanda, and Daniel sitting together at a classic burger joint sharing a meal. It's a simple but powerful moment, one that symbolizes unity, family, and closure. But there's one last goodbye before Miguel leaves for Stanford. He turns to Johnny and embraces him one final time. The moment lingers, the emotion raw and heartfelt. The frame freezes. The Cobra Kai logo appears. The end. Let me know your thoughts on this full story video in the comments section. Also, a huge shout out to our friend Todor Antonov for providing valuable information. Thank you, man. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And remember, Cobra Kai never dies.